What is up, guys? It's Penguin Tiber here, back with another video, and today I will be trying to figure out why so many people across the world that play Nitro Type think it is better to do more races than to be faster. Let's hop right into it. So over the years, I've always been the type of guy who's like, if you're fast, you're good. It's that simple. And I always thought this was a pretty simple and basic ideology that I thought a lot of people had, but it turns out that a lot of people disagree with me. I've been talking to a lot of people across the Nitro Type community, and I've heard a lot of people say that they think it is cooler or they look up to people that have a lot of races. And today I will be trying to figure out why this is the case on Nitro Type. Because if we look at other sites, Type Racer, 10 Fast Fingers, it's always so much cooler to be faster on those sites than to be active. So what's the issue with Nitro Type? Well, I think there's a couple key issues and updates and features of Nitro Type that make it really so race-centered, because Nitro Type is definitely a race-centered game. According to the literal laws of the game, it's cooler or it's better to do more races than to be faster. Case A, number one, here it is, boys. The season leaderboard! Woohoo! So, on Nitro Type, you actually get a leaderboard rank for doing the most amount of races. Everyone knows this, it's the season, yeah, blah, 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 we get it. However, this is just the first option of Nitro Type showing you that it is actually cooler to do more races. And the reason this is because there's an entire leaderboard dedicated to it. You get a first, second, and third, you get a top 3 title, you get top 3 tag, you get all these cool special things. Profile views, people sending you cash, all this stuff if you're high on the leaderboards. And these leaderboards are determined basically entirely on activity. Yes, point efficiency is a thing, but if I do one race at 160 words per minute with 99 accuracy, and this other Joe does 1,000 races at 94 accuracy and 5 words per minute, it's more points. So in the end, activity is what matters most of all for the leaderboard, and that's why people like it so much. If we think of this new player to the game, right, I just joined the game, I'm so excited to start typing, and I look for some really cool people, I'm going to head over to the leaderboard. And if you're a new player and you see these random 3 people on the top of the leaderboard, you're going to be like, oh, those people are cool. Why are they cool? Because they race so much. Boom. You got a bunch of people just looking up to these really active people on the game. And the funniest thing is when people are like, oh my god, Wildflower's a legend. And I'm like, why is Wildflower a legend? And they're like, because she's so active. But in the end, what's cool about being that active? Who knows? The second thing that really rewards you for being so active is actually the season achievements themselves. So, instead of having season achievements be worth, having high accuracy or having high speed, which is, parts of typing, they're actually all based around races, If we go to the Vapor, you can't actually see it, but it's all of the season ranks are based on races. So yeah, as we see here, the first thing you see when you click to learn about seasons is race. It's right there. And then rank up and rewards. So Nitro Type's really trying to push this whole thing of the more you race, the better you are. But in reality, if you're just grinding and you're not actually improving, then how good really are you? Because anyone can type for 15 hours a day at 40 words per minute. It's a bit of an exaggeration, but I guarantee that if I wanted to, I could do 1,000 races a day. And in the end, if you sandbag low enough, it's not that hard. So there's nothing really special about being so active. It's just the people that make the conscious decision to race so much that they are so active, and they get kind of worshipped for it in a sense. Back when Shoes was the most active Nitro Type person ever, people were like, oh my god, it's Shoes! Shoes is so awesome! And now that Wildflower is the most active player ever, so many people were worshipping Wildflower and being like, Wildflower, you're my dad, or some dumb stuff like that. When, what's cool about it, You're active. Congratulations. And I think Nitro Type, the reason people agree with this, or think this is the way it is because you're always rewarded for racing, right? Over speed. There's no speed leaderboard, but there's a race leaderboard. There's no speed season achievements, but there are season achievements for racing. So in the end, it all comes down to the amount of racing that you do, rather than how skilled you are at the game. And even if we go over to the normal achievements, like not even the season achievements at this point, but the normal achievements, there is not a single achievement on Nitro Type for being fast. There is not a single achievement on Nitro Type for having 100% accuracy. You can look through all, 278 of the achievements I have, and not a single one of them is for speed or accuracy. They're all for, I don't know, racing, buying cars, selling cars, session racing, stuff like that, right? But it all revolves around this key concept that Nitro Type has, which is racing. Also, I'm sorry for ranting so much, but I got this realization over the past couple days as to figuring out why people like racing so much and why people think that the people who race are just so cool. And again, if you don't care about anything that I'm saying right now, feel free to leave. This is just going to be a long rant. But I'm trying to figure out why, like, people worship these other racers who are simply cool because they're active, not because they're skilled at typing, not because they're good people, not just because they play the game a lot. So ever since you start your Nitro Type account and start playing the game, everywhere you look, you're rewarded for racing. The top players race a lot. Racing is just the key concept of the game rather than improving. Now, that's not to say Nitro Type isn't about improving. Obviously, if you play Nitro Type long enough and you actually want to improve, you will. When I started Nitro Type, I was like, hey, I want to get fast. And it took me a couple years, but I got fast. I think it's more about the mindset that you take to the site rather than how much the site is trying to push you. Because obviously the site has these million different things that are all kind of pushing this whole racing is cool type thing. Leaderboards for racing, achievements for racing, you're ranked on racing, like everything's a racing feature. However, if you walk into Nitro Type and your mindset is, I want to get to be a fast and accurate typist, you can. So in the end, no matter how much you're brainwashed or manipulated into thinking that the game is all about racing, because it technically is, if you want to improve, there's nothing stopping you from improving. And if you want to improve on the site, you don't have to do a lot of racing. I do like 15 races a day, right? And I improve. You know, the most active people on the site are not the fastest. So if you think about it literally, yeah, you don't have to grind the game to improve. All you got to do is approach with a mindset of, I want to get faster, rather than, the more races I do, the cooler I am. Yay! But yeah, and like, even if we go back a couple years, this is not a new thing on Nitro Type. There used to be speed leaderboards, sure. There used to be... There was never speed achievements. I hate this game. There used to be speed leaderboards, but if we go back to like the 2012, 2013 times, the first people to get custom cars were the people who hit race milestones first. If we go to my garage, and let's just go to achievements. We go to King of the Race, and we scroll down a bit. We got this 10,000 race car, F4U Corsair, right? That was named after a racer named F4U Corsair, who was the person to get it. And if we go down to the perk, same thing with the perk, same thing with the Watch 6, same thing with the Manta Ray, all the way down to the Wild 500, basically, which is Wildflower's custom 500k car. So ever since the game started, back in like 2012, whenever people got this first achievement, it was all about racing. They gave custom cars out to the people who raced the most. There was a Speed Hall of Fame. There still is a Speed Hall of Fame. There was a Speed Leaderboard. That got removed. But in the end, the game is just all about racing. And I'm starting to think that if people are going to continue to develop this mindset, I'm not sure where the game's going. It's obviously, the game itself is in a great place. You push racing, so people play more and you get more revenue. The players want to race more, so they get cool benefits. It's a really great strategy. It's amazing for Nitro Type. And it's also pretty good for the players. You know, they're convinced that spending their lives on this game for top leaderboard spots and cars is something good. So, good for them, I guess. Have fun later in life. Anyways, the game's just developing and becoming more about racing than anything else. I was hoping to see some speed achievements, some speed leaderboards, some accuracy leaderboards, stuff like that. But in the end, that's really just not going to happen. And we're going to have to stick to events like the Olympics for that. Olympics, it's a great event. It takes what is part of Nitro Type, which is activity, but then it also adds some of the main key concepts of typing itself, which is what the game should be about, rather than grinding. Guys, you gotta recognize the difference between typing and grinding. If you agreed with any of my opinions in this video, let me know down in the comment section. If you disagreed, also let me know. I want to hear your guys' opinions. But basically the whole point in my video was Nitro Type is pushing this strategy, or not the strategy, but this cool factor of playing the game a lot, and a lot of the community is playing the game a lot because they think it's cool. Anyways, thank you all so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, if you enjoyed these rants, this stuff like this, be sure to drop a like, subscribe, please, please, please do. We're almost at 6K subscribers, and if we could hit that soon, that would be awesome. Also, thank you all so much for watching the video again, and I'll see you all in the next video, whenever that is. Goodbye, everyone, and have a wonderful day.